Hey guys, Dozer here bringing you a new video. Today I wanted to talk a bit about the new set, Dusk Till Dawn, all over a bit of a box break. So I normally buy one box for myself every single time a new set comes out, and it kind of just goes up on my little display up on my shelf. And so this is me helping my local game store, Brickhouse Collectibles. Shout out to Pat and everybody else there. It's a great community. They've been really welcoming to me since I've moved into the area, and it's been an awesome time. And tonight, we had our locals. We went to Armory, and I was able to get first place and win the Cold Foil Luminaris promo, so I'm very happy about that. And, we did it by playing Prism, of course. We played the Young Prism in Blitz. That was our format of the night, and I got to pull off a lot of fractal replications with the Luminaris build. I'll link it in the description if you're curious. But in the meantime, let's get to opening this box. Let's hope we pull something good. Two people from my store already have opened the Cold Foil Fabled. So, there's also been some Marvel Angels pulled, and even a lot of legendaries. So let's hope that we pull something good today, because it'd be really disappointing if we pulled nothing notable. But love this set. And before we really get into the packs, I like to just appreciate the box art a lot of the time. We've got Solana here in the middle, we've got Prism walking to Solana right there, and we've got the bunch of other heroes kind of pictured all around. And I really enjoy the artwork in this set, and I think that it'll be interesting to see kind of what the opening experience is like, because, well, it's been a while since I've gotten to open some blow wrap paper packs, and it's always a special time to get to open some packs of cards. So let's get right into it. In the meantime, I wanted to talk a little bit about the set overall. I think there's been a lot of confusion over a lot of the some of the cards have been printed in the set, right? Specifically, a lot of people are a little unhappy with how the new Light Illusionist cards are often, they have no block, right? Basically, none of the Light Illusionist cards in the set can block, and we got a lot of reprints from old cards, which is fine. That's cool that we got these non-foil extended art cards, but at the same time, it can feel a little bad because we just didn't get a lot of new toys to play with, even though our whole hero got reinstated back into the game. Stuff like Angelic Descent, right? This card is, the red version, right, is not particularly amazing. It doesn't really have a place at the moment in a lot of deck lists, but, it's still a interesting card. And someone brought up a very good point recently about having the cards in these products able to be used as stuff like cubes and stuff. There's more than just the hyper competitive way to play Fab, especially, there's Commoner, there's Blitz, there's PvE eventually. And so I feel like being able to remember that there's more than one reason a card might exist, especially like for new players getting in the game for the first time. We don't always have to look at everything through the lens of is this card hyper competitive or not. I'll try to do a better job. I'm not really used to doing these videos. The camera quality is not amazing. I apologize for that. But we got an alluring inducement that is a majestic for Shiana specialization. Otherwise, we just got a bunch of other cards. I'll try and read them out going forward. But we got our foils over there, foil and majestics and stuff. Okay, cool. But yeah, I think that, like this Alluring Inducement card, Shiana's only playable in Blitz. She's a legendary hero from Crucible of War, and she's not particularly supported right now. And so getting a specialization for her is cool and all. Defender of Daybreak yellow, Celestial Resolve yellow, Glaring Impact yellow, Searing Ray red, Soul Cleaver, Shade and Swing, Putrid Stirrings, Bantam Banshee foil, and hey, we got a Requiem for the Damned for one of our majestics. Shadow Ringblade card. But, I think building cubes is really cool. I think you can have a lot of very fun, contained worlds that you can play Fab in, where your cards are just designed to work with each other. And that's why a lot of cards like these, Defender of Daybreak cards, right, that we saw in the other pack there, you can look at this here, right? It's really good against shadow heroes, right? Because it doesn't do anything bonus against non-shadow heroes. But if you make a cube of light versus shadow using Monarch in this set, you can do quite a lot with that to combine things like the Glaring Daybreaks, Angelic Descents, Searing Rays, a lot of these commons. Got a Rift Skitter Blue there, and some rares. wall breaker and some stuff. So yeah, I think that we can give hats off to LSS for designing a very cool set, even if, you know, a lot of the new cards for like Vincent or Prism are not inherently the most competitive right out the gate. I think that that's a perfectly fine place for a hero to end up at right off the gate. You don't need every hero to be a competitively viable mainstay right off the gate. I mean, Prism has been absent for a while, and they probably were being very reluctant to make her insane right out the gate. And so, you know, I don't have a problem with Prism feeling a little aggressively balanced, a little safe on the safe side, because she did have a problem with being a little polarizing before, and I think avoiding that by being a little bit more careful and giving her some cards for like Commoner, especially like Celestial Reprimand is a great card for Commoner to help you get past a lot of the Phantasm Popper cards that might be there, or similar to that. You know, Charge the Light Brigade, shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which had a card of the same name before. Very cool. Tear Through the Portal, we've got Bantam Banshee, Tribute to Demolition, Bantam Wraith, Blistering Assault, Foil, trying to get all these light foils, and we even got a Herald of Rebirth Yellow Extended Art non-foil. Yeah, like I'm personally not super interested in playing Levia or Bolton or Binset, but it is nice to know that, you know, when you open packs, you can actually get cards that other people need and, you know, trade around, because it's a trading card game. I think a lot of the times we open the packs and kind of assume that we want to get everything that we want for what we're playing, but it does make a lot of sense that at the end of the day, we're actually going to get cards that we can share with people in our community, and it actually helps incentivize people to go out into their communities and to do those trades and to make those connections and have fun that way, because, you know, it's just a cool thing to do. And then, of course, you can use your commons and rares and stuff to help make these cubes or make decks. One thing I like to do with a lot of the common bulk, right, that we get out of the decks is to make blitz decks for people. I've given away at least 5 decks over the course of me playing this game, just trying to get people into the game, making it a bit easier for them to make the gap between being a new player and being a experienced player. And so I quite like doing that by using the commons, right? You can make a lot of decks out of just commons, especially for heroes and draft set, but even still for a card for like the heroes in this set, like you could make a functional deck, I'm sure, out of just the cards that you can get out of these packs. And I think that's another reason that LSS has printed a lot of cards that, you know, on the surface might seem a little weak. You know, cards like the Blistering Assault right here. You know, it's not a particularly amazing light card competitively, but you could put it into a deck using just these cards, and you could get a good start as a new player. Buying one set, make a functional deck. And I think that's an appeal to doing supplemental sets this way. Oh, we got a censored. Very nice, Majestic. Because, you know, you might not want to make supplemental sets the way they used to with like Everfest or Crucible or Dynasty even, because if a new player buys into that set, it's like, oh, hey, here's the new set. They get a bunch of cards that they can't really make a deck out of. That's probably not a very good feeling for that new player, and they're probably going to feel a little bad about spending their money that way. Whereas if they had been given, you know, if they were like, oh, I like angels, I like demons, you know, whatever, I'm going to get this new Dusk Till Dawn set, they might be perfectly happy to do that, you know, and have a good time building the deck with what they have until they start researching the game and buying singles or trading around for stuff to try and finish out their collection and make their own optimized deck or flavorful deck or whatever they're trying to go for. Speaking of opening packs, though, I love the paper packs. I really do miss them, because when I got Outsiders as my box, we only had Japanese print at the store that I went to, and so I missed out on the bonanza of all the crazy high, you know, weird printing thing that happened with the legendaries and stuff, the foils. Angelic Descent Red and a cold foil common Cloak of Darkness. You know, that's neat. Let's try and get the foiling up there on the camera. Let's try and... There we go. That's pretty cool. It's not an amazing like hit specifically. At least because Shadow Heroes have a very good chess piece called Carrying Husk, which is going to be the main thing that they are looking to use in that position. But, you know, it's still a overall fine thing. Let's hope we get another cold foil. That would be kind of disappointing if that was our only one in this box. But we're opening not to get the cards we want or cards that are good, but to open them for the content, to enjoy the set, to support our local game store, and to gamble a little bit. Because what is trading card game culture for other than incentivizing gambling? That is, at least you get something out of it, right? That's kind of the appeal of you know, trading card games in the first place. You know, even when you go to locals and maybe you don't do as well as you would like, you get some prize packs, right? And you get to pull a Fabled or something. And, you know, that can make you a winner for that night, even if you didn't win the matches you wanted to win. And so it's something that we might not, the more competitive mind of people, think a lot about. You know, the game can be fun just to engage with in multiple different ways. And so it can be fun to just value things for different reasons. And like, I think Cloak of Darkness, right? As a cold foil, I mean, it's cool. It's a collectible kind of pretty thing. Very good looking card. But, you know, it's not going to be making any competitive waves soon and carrying a big dollar value. But I'm always going to remember this box, right? I remember opening Tales of Aria, the box that I did there, and I got a cold foil Coat of Frost, artwork by Soya May, by the way. So check out my video about Soya May's artwork if you're curious about all her stuff. But we also pulled a cold foil Cracker Jacks in that same box, and I think I even got a cold foil Ragamuffins hat at some point, which was very cool. So when I play Kano, I use that cold foil Ragamuffins, and now with Lexi having Bullseye Bracers banned, I've just been using the Cracker Jacks for now as a way to give my Bolton shots or whatever go again out of Arsenal with the +1. But also, ooh, we got a Archangel, not a, unfortunately not a Marvel, but we get to know right away, hiya, a little bit of, no, just a little, yeah, a little bit of edge damage on that, unfortunately. I don't think that was me, though. Hopefully not. But we got an Avalon Archangel of Rebirth. Let's go. We got one of the cards we needed. Let's go. Love that. See, we're always going to remember pulling this card. Fantastic artwork by Eric Klug. Shout out to Fabled Hunters, Saint and Yuanji, for doing their spoiler for this card and talking to us about Eric Klug's background. He has a lot of experience doing artwork for altars, and so he's gotten to do some artwork for us, and that is an awesome part to have of Fab history there. Love that. Also, make sure to go check out Fabled Hunters and subscribe to them because they make great content. I love listening to their talks every month about, you know, last month today, and they're a bunch of smart, cool guys, so you should go check them out. We got our Figment of Rebirth. Love that. Let's see what else is in the pack, right? Syrian Ray, you know, Seismic Surge. Because people were also talking about how they reprinted tokens and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, they kind of have to. Oh, and a foil Anthem of Spring. Look at that. That's very cool. Because, I mean, you're not going to be able to print a set and not print the tokens that you need to resolve the cards properly. In fact, you know, I don't really play Magic the Gathering, but there's, I have like a deck, right? I have an Angel and Dragon deck, go figure. You know, you got the dragons and you got the angels there, right? But the thing is that there were some really cool dragon tokens that were really old that I needed for like one card. And I couldn't buy them for like less than like $5 a piece now. And that's insane to get the original correct token. So, you know, don't sniff at the tokens, right? They kind of can be worth more than you think over time. And so it's nice that LSS has this policy of always kind of printing them, even if they're not like super duper necessary. This card's really cool too, Break of Dawn. Basically, it's a 0/4 instant that blocks shadow damage or damage from a shadow source as a red. And, you know, it's a card that doesn't have a lot of value competitively at the moment because you have to dedicate a whole sideboard slot to a card that's not really going to be guaranteed to give you value. You know, can you really afford to dedicate a whole sideboard slot to simply Shadow Heroes? But it's a really cool card. And again, like in a cube format, that card would really shine, be really great. Frontline Gauntlets are cool too. The Frontline armor set is this new armor set, Industrial Dawn, which loses defense every turn, but it starts with 2 Blade Break, which means if you've got a fast matchup where you know that you have to block a lot on turn 0, and you know they're going to go in first in you and being aggressive, this can help disincentivize that and help you at least have the Blade Break 1 once it comes back to their side. And if they don't attack you because of it, great, you got some hidden value there. I think these are really cool. I think these are a really interesting addition to the game, and I want LSS to keep making equipments and stuff at like the rare Majestic level that are compelling choices. Maybe not for CC, because CC goes longer and you need to have a more repeatable, valuable effect generally for it to be worth it. But in Blitz, especially now with the sideboarding changes happening, which I love, by the way, it was big. It made me feel better about my Blitz games tonight, even though they didn't really change that much. Hey, Luminara, Celestial Fury. You know, the what was I even saying? I don't know. I'm too tired. It's late, but oh yeah, like the Blitz equipment, right? I think Blitz equipment is really a great way to design new stuff, because there might be some matchups, right, in CC where you don't have a better slot than some fast value, or the meta might be fast enough that it warrants the Blitz kind of approach, which is great. So we got, you know, some Light Warrior, Light Illusionist, Shadow Brute, Shadow stuff. Nothing crazy in this pack. We're almost at the bottom of our box here, and we should basically have enough of our commons here, I hope, that I can easily have all of the Prism commons here shortly. Okay, one thing I do have a problem with in the Flesh and Blood product design thus far has been the inflation of the number of Majestics. So what I mean by that is, like, if I'm playing and I'm playing this game and I'm trying to make a decision of, okay, I want to buy a box of cards to open and crack. You know, the number of Majestics that were in Outsiders, for instance, was like 50 something, or like 30 to 50 Majestics, or maybe not 50, it's probably 30. But basically, there was a lot of Majestics. Because you're only going to get 5 Majestics per box on average, plus your foil. If you don't pull the one you want, or even the ones that are even like quite unquote like competitively good and valuable, it feels really bad to spend a lot of money on a whole bunch of commons and some bad Majestics. And, you know, sometimes if you hit like a really good legendary, you hit a really Fabled or whatever, it can kind of help even that out. But at the same time, if you don't hit that, it feels really bad, especially if you're only buying the one box and can't average it out to scale. So, you know, I understand that buying boxes is generally kind of a luxury thing. It's kind of it's gambling. You should not be buying them if you want to get specific cards and, you know, don't want to get a bunch of random stuff. But I do think that, personally, I miss the super rare rarity. A lot of the cards that are in the Majestic slots, like in Outsiders, felt like they could just be super rares or just rares. It didn't really feel like they deserved the, you know, Majestic, title. You know, being up there with like Command and Conquer or E-Strike or Tome of Fyendal, right? These are cards that are like Knives Out, which, you know, doesn't really do a whole lot, or similar cards. And while a card like Prayer of Bellona or Censor or Requiem for the Damned are like great Majestic cards that are really either key for the hero that's using them, it's a really cool power play, or it's a really cool generic option that has a lot of value in certain matchups. It's like this cool tech card that blocks 3. I think that there are definitely some Majestics that get printed that, you know, if they had been downshifted to super rare, been a bit more common to pull, would feel a bit better when you're opening packs, because, I don't know, I don't open a ton of packs, and so it feels bad to me if I don't pull, you know, a couple of things that are usable, right? But, you know, again, that's just my opinion, and I'm not really the target audience for opening a whole ton of these cards, so I can understand why that might not be even the best business decision. You know, LSS has to design the set in a way that makes the most people happy to buy the most number of boxes. And, you know, that demands a certain amount of planning on their part. And if people are happy with the way the sets are being opened, in the ways that the rarities are distributed, and the prices of the singles are all reasonable, then, you know, you can't really complain. But yeah, I think I prefer it when there are just like, if you get a Majestic, that you get a good Majestic. It doesn't feel good to pull a Majestic and get that lucky chance, and then you pull something that's like really not great, versus when you pull like a super rare, you can be like, oh, okay, it's a super rare, it's not like as rare as Majestic, so I'm not sad that I didn't get like this card I want, because it kind of separates them a little bit, like in your head maybe, or at least it does for me. Dabble in Darkness, Majestic. People are calling it like Rabble in a way, because it kind of sounds like Ravenous Rabble. But it's an interesting card, like 0 for 5, Blood Debt. I think it's a 3-block, yeah. Apologies on the camera quality. But yeah, when this attacks, banish the top card of your deck, gains -1 power for each pitch value the card banished this way. So, you know, if you reveal a red, then it comes in for 4. And if you reveal a 0 pitch card, it comes in for 5. So, hey, it's pretty cool. We've only got 4 more packs, it looks like. Let's hope we get something good. My 8 prize packs had nothing good in them either, so... Well, we've gotten some cool hits here, like some Figments and Majestics, but in my 8 prize packs, I pulled 1 Majestic, and it was the Spellbane Aegis Banneret, which was not what we were looking to see. And, okay, now we're kind of skipping through all the rares and the commons. I'm sure you guys have seen a million pack opening videos. And if you have not, check out Flukenbox. He's done a lot of box openings, and he has done great at having a very nice quality setup and a great store, so you should definitely go check him out for more box opening goodness. Or Master Set Madness, he also does great jobs, or a great job at making content for box openings. Alright, well, we're at the home stretch here. We've got a bunch of Bolton cards, a whole lot of Angelic Descents. By the way, everyone who keeps saying that Angelic Descent is a card that you want to play, it's not. Like, this card, again, in a cube or something would be great as an option, but in competitive, it just, why would you ever play this card to give it a Herald go again when you could pitch into Luminaris, right? It just makes no sense. There's never a time where I can see that being worth it. But hey, Surgical Extraction, now that is a good hit. That was a card that was very needed, very accidentally short printed in Outsiders, or Dynasty, I guess it was Dynasty. And so it's very nice that we have, I guess I just put these down and didn't think about it. I am tired, wow. But that is a great card that Assassins will want to have, and I will be trying to offload that to someone who can use it and need it right as soon as I can. So right now, what, we're at 6 Majestics, 7 Majestics, plus a foil Majestic, so I think it's above average, the Majestic count, although our cold foil is nothing to really write home about. We got a rare in the back, nothing crazy there. I guess I'm doing a really bad job at this, huh? I don't want to practice, but our last pack, do we open it? Do we not? Let's just appreciate that pack art for a second. It looks beautiful, it's gorgeous, stained glass, love it. Absolutely adore it. Let's crack it open, see what we get. No Marvel Angel, womp womp. Although I'm not really a big fan of the Marvel Angels, I kind of am sad that the Angels don't come in rainbow foil. All my cards in my deck are rainbow foil, and so to have them not match, even if they're cold foil, just feels a little wonky. Courage, Blistering Assault blue, hiya, Glaring Impact red, Break of Dawn yellow, Battlefield Breaker red, Deceit of Demigon red, Rift Skittler yellow, Charge Light Brigade blue, foil, Violent Inquisition yellow, and what did we get in our last slot? Wallbreaker blue, so nothing great. So anyway, that was our box. Let's kind of tally up what we got in the end here. We got a single extended art Herald of Rebirth. We got a bunch of Majestics, Alluring Inducement, Requiem for the Damned, Prayer of Bellona, Censor, Dabble in Darkness, Surgical Extraction, Anthem Spring Foil, and Figment of Rebirth. Right. So yeah, we got our Cold Foil, Cloak of Darkness, and a whole bunch of rare and common foil. So as a lesson and word to the wise, if you are looking for specific cards, just buy them. Like, don't open packs trying to get something specific. Open packs for the joy of opening packs, for the ability to support your local game store, to, you know, have some extra copies of stuff lying around to give to your friends or to trade around. Do it so that you can try and hit something good, gamble a little bit. It can be fun to do that sometimes. And you know, if you get a big hit, then it's you can, you know, roll it forward to getting more boxes and kind of pay it forward. But if you're me, you're gonna pull common cold foils every time, and that's okay. That is okay. But I've never pulled a cold foil of anything good. It's always been a common. So let's just wrap this up and send it off to the presses. So thank you all for watching. Really appreciate the support on the channel. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Prism content. Make sure you check out my Discord link in the description below for all the most recent deck techs, theory crafting discussions that always are happening over on my Discord. Otherwise, I will still be trying to get some gameplay video and stuff like that up, especially once Talishar is fixed of its bugs. And yeah, I don't really make. I'm not gonna make a plan to open any more boxes on the channel or anything, but wish you all luck on your pulls if you decide to open up any packs. And again, try and make it out to your locals. It's a great thing that Flesh and Blood encourages people to meet in person, and I've really found myself fortunate to be part of the community here that I've met in my local community. And so shout out to all of you guys. You guys are really great and have made me feel very welcome. And hopefully we'll have a lot more Flesh and Blood for years to come. So have a good night, everybody. Good day wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.